Alright, what's going on everybody, it's Liam here and welcome to today's video on the channel. In today's video, I have a commentary for y'all and I want to talk about my top 5 quality of life changes I would like to see come to Wizard101. I am including stuff, from PvP and both PvE. In general, as a player, things I would love to see in the game. And a lot of this stuff comes from the very minor things that, really bug me, that I wish, was kind of common sense or, second nature to KingsAl. But hopefully they can implement some of these things in the near future. Before we get into this though, I'm curious to see what you guys have to say in the comments below. What would your guys' top 5 quality of life improvements for Wiz be, in your opinion? I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say, and let me know if I missed anything in this video. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so my first thing on the list here, I think it's gonna have to be a tab for spellments in the bank. Now, KingsAl has really driven home a point with, spellments here for the future of Wiz, and obviously they're here to stay and stuff like that. If you don't know, when you tab over here twice, all your spellments are under reagents here. And, as somebody who has a lot of characters, when I'm trying to transfer stuff, sometimes I'll have literally 40 pages of reagents here. And I have to just keep going through all of them back and forth until I find the exact thing I'm looking for. And that's a giant pain in the butt. So I'd love to see a separate spellment tab here in the middle or something. So there's reagents, pet snacks, and a spellments tab. I think a lot of players would be happy with that. It would be very, very easy to organize for us at least. Or simply at least having a search bar up here. In general, I feel like for the whole shared bank would be really nice. I could just search something in my bank and not have to worry about tabbing through here, right? It's just imagine there's a little search bar. Just type in, let's say I'm looking for Splash Squatch under reagents. Just type in Splash and it'll come up and you transfer that or you take it onto your wizard. I think, having spellments, be so popular as they are in the game right now, I think this would be a very, very strong thing. And it just doesn't go for spellments. It goes for, if I'm trading Amber, if I'm trading jewels, I guess, as well, or any gear. I think having a search bar or a tab for spellments would be a great improvement to, the shared bank and the bank UI in general in Wiz. But, let me know what you guys think about that, and let's get right on to the next point. Alright, so my next point I got up here is probably going to be one you guys didn't see coming, but this is something that I feel like I would benefit from quite a bit, and a lot of other players who have a lot of characters on their account, and I think that is like a main menu backpack butler type of system. So, Liam, what the hell are you talking about, right? So, for example here, on my account, I have Rock Mounts, I have Clockwork Coursers, right? I have Creepy Clown Car for questing. I have Kroger Jewels, which, are pretty rare. But, if I get on and I don't remember where I put those, I have to go through each character, check my jewels, check my pets, check the shared bank, and I have to do that on all 7 characters, and it is very, very tedious. It can take up to like 5 minutes to find this piece of gear, and if you're only playing for like an hour or 2 a day, that 5 minutes can feel like a very, very long time, right? Even as a streamer, when I'm trying to get ready to switch characters and I don't know where my jewel is, it is incredibly frustrating to not know where all my stuff is. I imagine KingsAl could be like, oh, just remember better, lol, but that's not really on the player. I feel like you should have this kind of like UI built into the game, in my opinion. I think it'd be very helpful. I'm not really sure where they put this. Like, would it be in the settings here? Would it be like a kind of like a friends list tab and then top right over here? I'm not really sure, but I think having something like that would be incredibly valuable, and it would help somebody like me quite a bit, and just even players who might have like 3 characters. You don't want to run around having like a rat race looking for your undauntable jewel, right? Because I know personally it gives me like anxiety if I feel like I lost my Clockwork Courser or my undauntable jewel, because I paid literal money for that. So it's just like anxiety that I feel like I don't need in the game personally. But I'm not sure if y'all can relate to that. But yeah, that is, you know, coming in the number 2 spot here is going to be like a backpack butler-esque type of system here. Alright, coming up next here, I'm going to have pet slash mount stitching. I'm going to put these together. First thing I'm going to cover is pet stitching. Now, this might kind of sound cruel, I guess, to some people, but I don't mean it in that way, guys. Trust me. What I'm talking about is, you know, I have, you know, a pet where obviously I want my talents, but I feel like the pet just looks kind of ugly, you know, but like I really like the cards or the copies that the item cards are attached to the pet, but the pet is just so ugly, you know? Like the blimp here, you could argue it's kind of cute, but I'm just tired of looking at it, man. I would just love to stitch it into an owl and look at an owl while having that, you know, 2 bubbles and the same stats, right? I would absolutely love that personally. Now, I think the only issue with this is PvP balance, right? For example, if I stitched my blimp buddy into an owl, my opponent might not know that I have 6 owls I'm rocking, right? But I feel like for that, you could run like bubble jewels, and like you don't know if your opponent has bubble jewels, for example, socketed on the triangle slot, right? So I don't know. I just feel like it would be really neat, especially with like the Frillosaur as well. Like I'm just tired of seeing my Frillosaur. I wish I could stitch that into like a cute marshmallow like this or something like that. You know, dude. Same thing with mount stitching, right? I love these skates. You know, I love this mule and like my charity. What is it called? Elephant charity. What's that flying purple thing? I forget what it's called. That I forget what it's called, dude. Oh my god, it's a charity mount I got though. Anyways, back on topic. I would love to use these mounts while they have stats attached to them. So if I could stitch my mule into the set bonus mount, so I could have a cool looking mount, but also get the added bonus of having the stats, I think that would be great. Or a 50% car on a mule, so I make my mule go 50% faster, for example, I think would be really neat. I don't see any harm personally in the mount stitching because, you know, like PvP, you literally don't know what mount your opponent's running, so there's literally no harm to it. I kind of feel like that's literally just a way to, you know, a pro for KingStyle, just a way to profit, personally, in my opinion. And that's something I would, you know, really like to see, is the mount stitching, so I don't have to, you know, have all these extra mounts that I'm never going to use, right? I would love to stitch the mounts that I like into the mounts that are good, and, you know, just be a happy player, right? So I really like to see that come to Wiz. On the topics of mounts, though, I figured I'd bring something up. Now, some people might think this is kind of like petty or something, but when I'm carrying somebody, let's say I'm Jordan here, and I'm carrying somebody, okay? Basically, I would love to have my stat mount on, but I have to unequip my stat mount to get into a, you know, 2, 3, 4 person vehicle, right, for them to drive around for me to carry them. Now, what I would like to see is a way to keep your mount stats while being in, you know, somebody else's car. For example, if I could still have my Gulcher equipped, but, you know, just tag along with Jordan in his clown car, for example, I think that would be a pretty cool thing. And just, again, like a really beneficial and helpful quality of life change. I really would like to see that in Wiz. Then last thing I have on the list here is maybe shadow rating and crits. I'm talking about this just in general as a stat in PvE and both PvP. I feel like critical rating is not very impactful. For example, I feel like a lot of players are, you know, quick to trade off like 30 crit for like 3 damage or something. But what if that 30 crit actually, you know, made a difference, you know? What if actually having a deck that doesn't give block rating was more of a difference, right? I would really like to see that personally in the meta, just have stats mean more, essentially, at least like crit stats, in my opinion. And shadow rating as well, right? You know, when Lemuria dropped, people were thinking there's a shadow rating bug, and, you know, obviously KingStyle, you know, we told them, they didn't really believe us and stuff like that, but it just, players weren't understanding how shadow rating worked. So I'd really like to see shad rating be either reworked or, you know, shad rating be better if you actually run shad rating. So, for example, in PvE, I feel not inclined to want to run shad rating because it is so bizarrely, it's not even a word, I don't know, I'm making it a word, so bizarrely random that I just feel like it's a waste of a stat talent. Same thing with PvP, right? You look at Merciless and, you know, any other shad rating wand, you can have higher shad rating and still get out-shadded in PvP, which is a severe problem when you're giving up stats to run that shad rating, like the Supreme Merciless wand we saw earlier in the year when Lemuria came out, right? So basically what I'm saying here, I feel like if I'm saying anything, because the devs think I'm always saying something else. Anyways, back on topic, is I would like to shad rating to be more impactful, and I would like to feel like the, you know, what I'm giving up to run shad rating is worth it. I would like to feel like the stat that I'm giving up stats for is worth it, because I feel like a lot of players just don't feel that way right now in both PvE and especially PvP sometimes. But yeah, that's everything I got for you guys in today's video. Let me know what you guys thought about my points in the comments below. Do you agree with any of them? Do you disagree? What are some other things you would like to see in general come to Wiz as well? But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I feel like that's everything I got here, guys. If you want to see some more videos like this, why just, you know, do top 5s or something, or I rate something in Wiz, feel free to let me know. I kind of want to do a video where, like, I rate the coolest looking spells in Wiz. Again, let me know if you guys are interested in that in the comments. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you for being here, and as always, take care, guys.